Hey everyone, Typical Hunks Adventure here. Thought I'd do another car chat, just chatting about, growing up in the 90s. As a kid, we always wanted to grow up, get a job, drive, move out. Maybe not all of us wanted to move out, but, we wanted money so we could go buy our own games and things like that. And, as a kid, a lot of times you just want to grow up so that you can have that adult money. But now that I'm, in my mid-30s, I want nothing more than to go back to, that time, that era, where things were a lot simpler. There was just the right amount of tech where it wasn't, controlling our lives. Social media wasn't everything. Sure, we had the internet and things like that, but we'd rather be out on a Friday night than sitting at home, be on the computer. And I think of times, meeting up with friends and playing games together, not playing online and not seeing each other, going to the movies, going to the mall, just kind of hanging out, window shopping, or maybe we did buy things or just got food somewhere at the food court, stuff like that. And, it's amazing how much has changed, especially in my life, just kind of seeing all of these things happen, going from VHS to DVDs, Blu-ray, and now, from there, a lot of times everything's just now digital. Same with music. Now, of course, that was kind of like a mixture with, CDs, and then people downloading music for free, for using like LimeWire and some of the other, programs that were like that for pirating music. Until, apps came out for that with Spotify and Pandora and, things of that like. So it's always amazing how much, technology and stuff like that has changed just over the years in that sense. And, we talk about going back or thinking about that, and the same could be said even now. You think about, your current life, and maybe you're thinking, I can't wait until I can retire and relax, or not, maybe not have to worry about things. But I think the same thing would happen, when I retire. If I retire, I might be in that same boat, like, man, I wish I was still, 30 or 40 and doing the things that I had done then that I'm not doing now. So I think that's always going to occur. You're always going to look back on the different stages of your life and, cherish those moments or remember them. So that's why it's, important to also embrace the now. And sure, the 90s were great, and I have a lot of amazing memories from them, but I need to remember the memories I'm creating now, not only for myself, but also for my kids. I want them to have a great childhood and remember, the things that went on now fondly as they get older. And hopefully, in this age where I'm able to record and take photos of things, they'll have those as well to look back on, whereas I didn't have too many pictures as a kid growing up. And I think another important thing too is when we do retire, just having a sense of purpose, a sense of routine, something that helps us get up in the morning and go, something to live for as well. Maybe you take up certain hobbies, maybe you want to do service work, maybe you still take up a part-time job. I know a couple of guys who are retired, but take up part-time work, working at a hardware store or Walmart or somewhere, just because they want to be out, they want to socialize and see people, and I think that's very healthy and very important as well. Just something I kind of thought about. And another thing to note too is that getting older is a privilege. Tomorrow is never guaranteed for us, but also getting older means having to say goodbye to those that we had looked up to, those that we had admired, things like that. Just a short car chat. Always remembering the 90s and everything going on in my life. I think it's very important for me right now, as I try and get through life. And another thing on that note, hoping to eventually, maybe once my son is out of school for the summer, but I would love to start a podcast. I don't know if anyone would even listen. I'll probably just put it on this channel, or maybe I make a new channel and have it there. I don't know. Regardless if I get one view or 0 or whatever. It's kind of for me. It's also kind of my way of kind of documenting things and being able to remember and look back on them. But I want to make a sort of like a remembering your childhood podcast and talk about different aspects of that, and maybe that would help someone remember certain parts of their childhood as well. So that's kind of the goal. And then, as I do that and prompt myself on things, maybe I'll remember and uncover pieces of my past that I've forgotten over the years. So that's gonna do it for this video. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next one.